Alright, I think everything is live. Hello people, welcome along. This is the Dynamic Racing League here for the second round of the DRL NES Championship here at Spa-Francorchamps. I'm the new commentator on why I'll be here for the whole season, hopefully. Anyway, unless there's anything that goes wrong. And yes, this is the first time I'm doing a GT Sport commentary with the old keyboard. And so I'm trying to get to grips with this. I can switch between all sorts of drivers here. It's great. Got all the controls at my fingertips right now. So that's quite handy. And I can get lovely graphics and all sorts to pop up as well. I've never had this on F1 before. This is why I'm starting to get a little bit more into GT Sport. But anyway, yeah. Welcome along, people. Better get a stream link out actually, just so everyone knows we're live, because I know there's not many people that probably even know we exist, but still, gotta let people know. Now the way this works is that every race we do here is going to be in reverse championship order for the first round. So we've got a 20-minute race coming up and then a 40-minute race, so yeah, that'll work interestingly. I'm looking forward to seeing how this all works, but let me just explain that in a moment. I'll get the stream link out first. Getting ready to get started. We're getting all the good luck messages coming through now. Right, there's a link. Send it to Brown. I imagine he's probably the one who's going to be distributing all this. Alrighty, so let me just quickly let you all know what's happening. So, first race, 20 minutes, as I say, no stops are needed. And then the second race is 40 minutes with one mandatory pit stop. And you'll start when you finish in race 1. And, yeah, as I say, we start the first race in reverse championship order. I'm not going to have any idea what that is, so I'm not going to try. I'm not even going to try. But, yeah. Anyway, watching Y-Bear here on his lap. As you can see, he's got a graphic. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. You can even see his helmet design and all sorts. It's cool. He's in his Honda NSX. Heading round. Looking, he's on for a good lap if we can keep this pace up at the moment. This is only for practice and stuff like that. This is really more so I can sort of get to grips with everything as well. Which I think I'm doing quite well. I've got all this sorted. I think the only thing I haven't really worked out what to do yet is how to get a replay to shop, but I'm wondering if that's only just for a race on its own. We've got Nick Shot Motorsports saying hello, and he's a former commentator, so hopes it all goes well for me. Thanks, man, and thanks for your previous services, I guess. But let's see if Y-Bear's up by any more in this middle sector. Down now by half a tenth. He's 8 tenths off Fred, who's currently on top of this sort of practice session. At least I'm assuming it's a practice session because we'll find out in a moment. All looking pretty smooth through there. There's obviously a full flat out section up through Blanchemont and all that. Bus stop, not flat out. If you try to go through there flat out, you might end up hitting something and you'll die. So that's not a good idea. But let's see if there's any good. Yellow flags are just ahead. I don't know what that's for. I would look through the field and try and figure it out, but there's no real point. He's far enough through a lap and not got penalties. Rotary, I don't know if he's ghosted because he's not here or what. A lot of people probably best look at Fred then. He's been going faster and faster every lap. Let's see if we can go faster this time as well. Into the bus stop he comes. Looking to try and beat that 1 minute 16.5. Only person in the 1 minute 16. He's gone a bit wide though in the first part, and he's going to end in the pit lane. Only a minute to go before lights out anyway, so I guess he's probably not got time for another lap. Lovely, loud noises. That's nice and aggressive food bus stop. Let's see if this will go much better for ART Haiti or Hagee. That's a fun name. Not for someone who's Northern Irish. That's gonna be a difficult name to say though. Hagee. And just it feels so unnatural. Right, who's that coming from the last corner? Rotary, isn't it? There he is. 13 seconds off the pace, but Still, maybe he made a mistake on that lap. We'll watch him. We'll watch him anyway. It is now 7 o'clock, so yeah, probably could have actually got away with starting this a tad later on, but you know, just you just gotta make sure you've got everything working. I'm hoping I've got everything working. I'm saying there's no sort of issues with the quality of the stream or anything like that. I think we do have working 1080p streaming, so that should be alright. I just hope you can all hear me quite well, because I got my microphone a bit further up than I usually have it. As rotary, 3/10 up nearly in that first sector, going purple. See if you can keep that up. You can hear the wheel spin as he heads down the hill, but he looks to be keeping the lap going just fine. Into Rivage and towards No Name Corner, which I'm not even sure. I don't even know if No Name is its name now. I swear it got a name recently. I don't know, but I guess it's not really relevant. There's a bollard going there from the yellow car in the background, but we'll keep our focus on rotary. We've got yellow flags now as well. That probably is just ahead by the looks of it. We'll see if we can spot a car. There is one to the side. I don't know who that is. I'm not going to search for it. Maybe it'll be more important when we get to the actual race itself, but now we'll just keep focusing on this for now. See if this lap can go to the top of the charts. Up by half a second, but now way down on where it needs to be for pole position. Because I guess that first sector is only sort of, you know, well, it's a short burst down to turn 1, then a hairpin, and another long blast, which is only a little tiny corner. It's barely really even anything, honestly. And look at all the people pressing R to say they're ready. That means we're all ready to race, which is good to see. At least we're given plenty of warning. But let's see if Rotary can get himself a bit further up the leaderboards. Yellow flags again, but it is P3. And as you can see, another car stopped there side of the track. I guess that's just everyone saying that they're ready to go. Right, let me get my commands out again. Just to try and figure out what other controls I've got. See, I can do all this, you see, I can switch about with what cameras I like. Let's see. So you can switch around with that. Good, good, good. I could go on board if you like, from the rear. If I really want to watch from the rear, I don't know. I guess if we have some fights from behind, then I can cut from that straight to an even further back view. I don't quite know how to get off on rear view actually. That's probably something I could probably try and sort out, because that's all I'm stuck on right now. I think we'll stay off board. Or yeah, just for now. Like I say, until I get all that stuff sorted. Arrow key down is rear view, but you can't apparently go off it. Unless I'm missing something, I don't know. Right then, everyone is seemingly ready to go, so I guess we're just waiting on everyone getting this thing started. We've got lots of R's in there, as you can see. I mean, I've got carbon in there saying, we are ready to go, we are ready to go. So it's all about just getting this thing started now. Look at that. I'm watching the back. Right, let's see. Let's just see if I can figure it out here quickly. How do I get off on... Ah, there we go. You have to hold it. You have to give it a proper push down. Right. There we go. Well, as that's sorted, we can use that as much as we liked in the race, and that will start in just 5 seconds. So, get yourselves settled. Get your Coca-Cola cinnamon acylate ready. It is the final. Well, we say it's the final. It's actually the first race out of 2. Like I say, this is a 20-minute race. A rolling start by the looks of it. And you can see the grid there. Plenty in the ends, I don't know. Hopefully I'll get to know them as the season heads on. But it is John on pole. It's only 9 laps, so we're guessing that'll take about 20 minutes. No pit stops. No mandatory pit stops anyway. I mean, I guess you can if you want. But here we go. We are getting ready then for the start. I need to get all my things on there. I need to display all, yes. There we go. We've got some more stuff here. So, once these Timers stop. We are go. Lap 1 begins. John gets a decent getaway, as you would expect, really. With these rolling starts, we don't tend to see much happening, but at the front, it's all going to plan. Further back, however, it looks to be getting quite interesting. We've got a few cars getting closer up here, but I think we're all nice and clean up towards turn 1. Just taking a look. There are a few people looking at moves. There's a car losing it there, actually, at ART. Hagee. Well, looks like everyone is getting through okay. Carbon couldn't quite take advantage of that car losing it, but up through Eau Rouge and Radion for the first time in racing conditions. A lot of higher fuel here, of course, than you'd expect normally in a qualifying session or anything like that. And we're seeing good clean racing, and we've already got our first opportunity today on board with Carbon going for the move. Looking behind to see the car he's just left behind. Up into P4 he goes. Does he make the corner? In fact, Hagee doesn't make the corner. He's going to have to possibly lose a position or two there for that as well. He does stay though in P5. He's now looking at a good exit, but he's already got a half-second penalty for cutting Les Combes. Is he going to go for the move on the inside? Risky move, but he's not going to quite make it move. And look at him, he's all over the show. He's really struggling in the early stages of this race right now. And he's making it really difficult for himself. He's still got that half-second penalty. Of course, he's got the whole race to get that one, you know, taken off. But I'm sure he'll do it in corners like this here at Pullman, where you can just take a little lift, maybe even on the entry or anything like that. But we'll see how he gets along with it. But back up at the front, we've got a fight with Tribe and John. Tribe getting a move on, into the lead he goes. And I hope I can get a replay of that. Let's have a little look and see what happened. We're going to have to go a little bit further back than that. See, this is where I need to learn these things. Oh well, didn't catch the whole move. I'll get better at it, I promise. Well, hey, listen, I now know how to use a replay. Let's just exit out of the replay now. Get yourselves back in. See that he's now a second clear, so he's clearly going pretty quickly. Of course, we're in reverse championship order, so you'd expect, I guess, these guys to sort of push through. Let's go further back. Let's see how Hagee's getting along with the penalty. He's got a 10th off so far, but it does mean that he's got Shiny on the inside, having a look into the bus stop. No move though there. And looks like we've got a bit more sideways from him. He's the one that seems to be struggling the most right now in the early stages, but no one's had any accidents or anything, I don't think. The field is still pretty bunched up together. Got a bit of fighting going on behind here. We've got rotary looking. We've also got a fight for P11. And there's a lot of side-by-side action going on right now. Look at this, it's all going on in turn 1 as these guys at the front of the championship try and get themselves back up. Wybear right at the back. But let's see how these guys get on towards Rouge and Radion. Up the hill, a bit of a slide there from Rotary. That's going to put him under a lot of pressure. Of course, there's no DRS or anything like that in F1. They're going to have to rely fully on their driving skill. But even with the mistake, it feels like Roland is under a lot of pressure. Here comes NS Soko. Or Zokio. Zokio, that makes more sense. That's free wide, that's contact, that's off the track. Looking back, has anyone else got in trouble with that one? I think we're all okay. But that's a big slide from Nokia. They're really struggling, these guys, in the earlier stages right now. And I'm noticing that we have got a lot of cars actually moving up ahead of John, so he is just falling through the field right now. Hagee now looking at the back of Carbon, trying to get a move done. So the penalty, that's another move there. They're really going for it. John under massive pressure, being nudged wide a bit there, and he's going to fall down to P7 now. So the pole sitter, within 2 laps, has fallen way down the field. And now up ahead, we've got a bit of ghosting going on for Hagee. He's now fallen down to P6. As Fred, dude, after P5 has a look on the outside of Shiny, and he gets it done. He should have that one up towards the final sector, so good move from him there. Let's see how far Tribe is ahead of the field. He's absolutely stonking clear, isn't he? He's 2 seconds ahead at the moment. And that's a pretty healthy gap to have in these earlier stages of the race. But look at this. Fred is under a lot of pressure. There's going to be a lot of slipstream going on here. Shiny looks on the outside of Blanchimont. This is a risky move for so early in the race, but he's made it through nice and cleanly. A little bit wide though on the exit. That opens it up for Hagee now as well to get back into this on board. Look, you can see where Shiny's got that 9/10 penalty for going wide, and Fred barely keeps himself ahead. A lot of sliding going on the exit. Let's go back off board, see what these guys are going to do into turn 1, because I have a feeling all 3 of them could get involved in a moment. Let's see. Hagee sits back and watches Shiny have a little peek on the inside. He's losing time on the penalty. He's already taken half a second off it, so he's been quite efficient with that and hasn't lost any positions from it yet. Hagee looks like his penalty is gone, so he can now push fully. But looks like our race leader Tribe, he's lost some time now. Orama is catching, and the penalty as well, 2/10 through Rouge and Radion. It's not going to help Tribes there a lot. He is going quick through sector 1, but he's just nowhere near as quick as his opposition. But look at that, you can see that's a spin. Is it? He just about keeps it. He's got his drift points up, but he's also got dynamic carbon on the outside. And they're going to go side by side in towards Rivage. How do these guys come through this one? Are they going to come through alive? Look at Tribe, he's going wide as well. This top 3 fight is getting pretty feisty at the moment. And on board, no move from Orama, and you can see looking for the good exit at the moment. But into Puon, I would have thought he won't have a chance, but he's certainly looking anyway. In that gigantic BMW. What type of BMW is it? It's just a M6. I really should have known that really, but look how big it is. All BMWs are massive, aren't they? But down the inside, he's trying to make a big impression on Orama, and he's doing just that. He's got the Dutchman unnerved a little bit. He's trying to make him make a second mistake on this lap and get through. At the moment, he can't quite do so. Let's see what his exit is like here. As our race leader goes a bit wide again, he's feeling the pressure, and he's probably going to pick up a little bit more of a penalty for that. I'm looking to see if that goes up, but here comes Carbon on the inside, the Irishman getting the move done. You can see now behind Orama falling to P3. Does he keep the position into the bus stop chicane? There goes Orama again, a bit of contact, and he's not letting this one go, but what it is doing is letting the rest of the field catch up to him. As he ride on board again from behind, you can see how much of this field is catching up to him again. But then, still, he's catching up to Carbon. Is he going to fancy it on the inside? He's going to go late and into turn 1. Can he get this one done? Stays tight to the inside line. And again, he's losing loads of time to the cars behind. And look at this run that Fred's going to get right now. And they're still all catching the race leader. Through up into Rouge and Radion. Who's got the better line for you there? Looks honestly like Fred's got the better line. And they're all better than Tribe, who's really struggling as well. Look at the closing speed. This is going to get super close for the lead of the race. Any one of these 6 or 7 cars, 6 at the moment, 7 could be soon now. Any of them could take the lead right now. Up the inside, Carbon, he thinks about it, but then has a slide. As off the track goes the race leader. He's going to cut through there. He'll get some penalties for that, surely. We saw half a second in the earlier stage of the race last having. Fred at P3, it's a second for the race leader. He's got to slow down substantially as Fred, for P2 on the inside, gets that one done. Great racing. I would go to a replay, but who knows what's going to happen with the race leader in a moment, because he's got that 1 second. And just look behind. It's just a horrendous sight if you're the race leader and you're not enjoying this one bit. And let's just see if he can hold it through Puon. He's not going to hold on to this lead to the end of the lap. I just can't see that happening as he gets on the grass, gets under pressure from Fred, and in towards the chicane. Is there a move on the outside for Fred? That'd be very ambitious. He may be just trying to go for a bit of a switchback. All 3 of them in there. We're having a bit of a slide. And this is a fantastic fight for the lead on lap 4. We're about nearly halfway through the race now. Of course, the first race out of 2. And I'm looking forward to seeing what we've got in store for the 18th lap, I assume, race coming up next, because this is incredible so far. Fred looking to try and get his way through. And they're side by side for the race lead. Fred, I think, should get this, but I'm looking at Carbon because he's going to have a pretty good run as well. He might have to find his way through here as well, because look at the top 2 colliding a little bit. Wheel buying and bumper to bumper as well. Tribe is staying in the lead right now. Incredible stuff. I don't know how he's managing it. He's going off the track again though. How is he keeping this? He must lose it now, surely. But the exit's kind of poor from Fred. He's not going to have a good opportunity here, I don't think, at the turn 1. Well, surely Tribe will defend it. But Fred, on the inside, has a look, and there's no defence for this race lead. But look at it, we're 3 wide now for the lead of the race, and they're all concertinaing up into each other. And I said keep an eye on Carbon. He's into the lead of this race, but look at behind. This could go any way anytime soon. Hagee now back up into the podium places, with Tribe all the way down to 5th again. So that's how quickly it can all switch. He was in the lead at the start of the lap and it's all gone wrong. But now, Hagee, under pressure from Shiny, who's got a really good run actually. On the outside, he's going to fancy this one. On board, looking behind. Maybe want to look ahead for this one, because he couldn't quite get by. I was expecting to see that car popping up behind a Hagee, but it wasn't quite to be. But look at this, we've now got Fred. Good defence from Carbon, no way through. The Irishman holds it, but on the outside, Fred looks to get this one done. Still no way through. Carbon somehow holds on to this one. I just can't see him hanging on for much longer though, because look at the train behind. It feels like Fred's quicker. We saw he was relatively quick earlier on in the race, and he's proving that he has got the pace at the moment. Surely, if he gets ahead, he would clear this field, but we'll wait and see. Still got half the race to go, of course, so he's got plenty of time to make it work as wide goes Try Racing. I would look at it, but I'm really not too sure what's going to happen with these guys at the front, because down to 5th place, these looks like teammates them too, but look at it. Side by side for the race lead, could become a three-way fight. As Hagee has a look on the inside of Fred, just sticks his nose in, shows he's there. Top 3 separated by just half a second at the moment. And it's a purple middle sector, unsurprising for Fred. You can see how quick he is. It's not like it's any fake pace. He is flying along right now, and he has got the race leader in his sights. Through Blanchimont, flat out from here all the way to the bus stop chicane. A good 10-15 seconds when we get there. So let's see if Carbon can hold this one like Tribe did on the last lap. And I'm noticing just how close these guys as well are to each other, because Hagee's got a great run. Fred has got a penalty. He's taking that penalty now. He's already taken 4/10 of it and a further 10th just to take off, and then he'd be in the clear. But is this going to open the door to Hagee to have a look anywhere? He's all over the road. He's trying to find his way through, but there's just nowhere to go. As into turn 1 we go. Penalties are gone, but Hagee as well is gone. Up into P3. Bit of contact with Joe as well. The Brit and the Belgian driver going for it, wheel to wheel, up towards Eau Rouge. Surely one's got to back off, and it is Joe who decides to. As a big twitch for Carbon at the top of the hill. Does he hold this one? Is he going to lose some speed? We know that Hagee's pretty quick in a straight line by the looks of it. Let's see if he can hold this one and go for the lead. Look at the slipstream he's got. He's going to fly around the outside of Lacombe, but can he make it work? What about Fred? Watching from him as well. He's trying to find a way through, but can't quite do it at the moment. Carbon keeps the lead of this race for now. Oh, he's nearly into the back. Wow. They're really getting properly close, these guys, aren't they? And all the time, we're seeing this leading fight just get larger and larger as everyone starts to concentrate up again. Because look at it. How can anyone pull away when you've got racing like this going on? Side by side, Fred holds on to P2, and Hagee, surprised he couldn't get through there, actually. And he's still trying. With that straight line speed, he has actually done it. Up into P2 he goes. Good move there. I didn't think he'd have it, but there he is. Up into P2. I keep forgetting I've got graphics to use. I need to take advantage of it, sorry. But I will. But look at this, up the inside. Fred again goes for it. Wide off the track. Goes Hagee. He's down to 3rd. Could be 4th for the moment. It's Fred as well going off the track. Joe up to P2. And Hagee somehow still ahead of the Belgian, who nearly loses it. Does he spin off? He just about holds on to it, but that's going to break off that lead fight. They're now over 3 seconds behind what's going on at the top. As Joe up to P2, 1 second off the lead. We'll keep an eye on him, see if he can catch up. Look at that, behind Orma's off the track. Fred's down out on P5, and he's got Shiny and Hagee now fighting for that podium position. Through Blanchimont again. This has been incredible, this race so far. It's far from over. Look at the contact. Wide goes Shiny, and that's going to just bring the whole field back together again. As Hagee tries to defend on the inside, goes, and there's loads of contact there. No one spinning off apart from Orma. He's the one that eventually has to lose it. It was going to happen to someone eventually, and ironically it was the one guy that probably wasn't in having any sort of contact at all. He just lost it though. And side by side, Shiny and Hagee going for it again, and Hagee on the exit should get this one done up into the podium and staying there for the time being while we look at this fight for the lead. Up the hill goes Joe on Carbon. Let's see if he can get this done. Look at the slipstream up the top of the hill. It feels like Carbon's been struggling here a lot, and he may end up losing the lead here, but I don't think actually it's close enough. I'm not sure. It would need some brave move, but it's not going to happen. So we can look back and see what these guys are up to. They're still going for it. That's what's happening. Look at that. Fred on the inside again. He just he's relentless. He just does not give up on this. But he's got the speed, but he just doesn't have the clinical moves, and that's what's costing him right now. He's trying to get on the inside of Hagee. He's starting to get a bit of a rivalry with this guy already. A bit of contact, bumper to wheel. Look at the damage being done to the paint job there on the back of Hagee's car. You never know what that says anymore, but at the end of this race. And I think they're just calming down a little bit. But look at this. These guys are still pretty close for the lead. We've still got Joe fighting away round the outside. We've seen this move tried before. Will it work this time? Carbon holds on to it for now. But I want to ride on board and see if Joe can get this done through to Blanchimont, because this is probably his best opportunity. Let's see what he can do. Look how much he's lost in that middle section. That's how much time he's losing. It always feels like there's someone, if they can get ahead, they would pull away and be gone. But they can never do it. And a straight line speed, honestly, doesn't seem to be there too much for Joe. He may have to rely on the braking, and we've already seen that Dynamic Carbon can brake and defend relatively well. Nowhere for him to go on the inside towards bus stop, so it's going to have to be all on the outside line into the last chicane, the bus stop. And Joe is going to be shoved out of from there. No way through. Carbon holds on to the lead, but there's a spin. They've hit each other. And they're both stopped on the track. And that is going to promote Shiny up into the lead of this race. I can't believe what I've just seen. We'll have a wee look at that again and just see what happened there. So Joe was side by side with Carbon, and I didn't see it too close, but they must have just had a little tap. And that is exactly what's happened there. They've hit each other, and they have fallen out of this fight for the lead, and we're going to have to wait now for this replay to end to see what's happening with the guys at the front. It looks like Joe is still falling down the field, but we'll find out in a moment if we could ever cut out of this replay. There we go. He's down to 7th now. He's really fallen way down. Shiny then leads this race from Hagee, who still can't quite get himself up there. There's been so many drivers today who have looked close to it but just haven't quite been able to get there. And he flies up the inside. He's having a look for the lead now. Can Hagee get it done? Yes, he can. That was a great move to get himself up to the lead. Will he keep it though? Because by the looks of it, no one wants to keep the lead in these races. It's ridiculous. We'll have a look at that one. Or take a little bit further back, I think. We'll try that. I think we've lost it. Right, don't use X key. That's what I should see. Don't use X, just use C and V for replays. 8 seconds is not enough. Right then. Well, we've only got 2 laps to go in the first race of the night. So it will hit about 20 minutes. That's a good amount of laps for 20 minutes. And then the next one, of course, 40 minutes with with 1 pit stop in it. So that's what we've got at the moment. But this has been a fantastic race, I must say. I have thoroughly enjoyed this one so far. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else we've got tonight. The second race should be just as chaotic. And it's not over, of course, for the first one. Hagee still has a lot of defending to do from this guy. A shiny Swablu. I think that's a Pokemon. But on board, let's see if there's any way through to the bus stop chicane. Like I say, time is now running out. We've only got a lap to go at the end of this one for the first round of the night. So he's got to make sure he gets this one done. Shiny on the outside. These two have got over a second behind us. They've got plenty to work with right now. They don't have to worry too much for now. But look at how quickly Fred has caught up. He's just got right up to them. He's just said, screw it, I'm going to catch you. Final lap. Let's see how these guys get on. Through turn 1, there's a bit of lag going on. You don't want to see the lag in this end stage, but it is side by side. Hagee just about holds on to the lead for now. But on board up towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Now elbows are going to come out surely, because they can't back off like this the whole time. What on earth is Fred going to be doing? He's going to be catching run up on this. He must be getting a killer run, and indeed he is. Look at the run that Fred has just picked up. He could end up in the lead by the end of the straight. You just never know, because he's quicker than the top 2 by a long way. And look at how heavily Hagee's defending. But Shiny's gone right past him. What about Fred? He's purple in sector 1, but side by side they make contact, Hagee and Shiny. And there's no contact from Fred again in this race. It just seems he can't stop hitting people. No one can. That's the good thing about these cars. You can hit and bump and do whatever you want, because these guys are just going to keep going for it. Side by side again. And Hagee has to get this on the inside, or else he's going to lose the position to Fred, surely, who's looking so menacing. And will he finally get his move on the final lap? He's waited the whole race. He's just had setback after setback after setback. As have most of these drivers, to be fair, Hagee and everyone that has had a few setbacks. But surely Fred, if he can get this one done, he would, I guess, class it as a recovery and nothing really more, because he feels he probably could have won that. I feel he could have won this a lot earlier, but look at him, right on the outside. He's trying it, but he's got too much wheel spin. And I don't think he's going to get it. I don't know. We're going to keep on board with him. I think he's most likely forcing to make a move right now, because it feels like he's a bit quicker than Hagee. We can see if he'll have a go on Shiny. But at the moment, we have only got one sector to go, and straight into the back goes Fred. He's got so much more grip, but he just has a bit too much. That's what's costing him at the moment. On board with Hagee. Is he going to get this one done? Into the bus stop chicane. You know he's going to try it. We know he's going to try it. Look at the run. Shiny got a bit on the grass there, on the dirt. And flying around the outside, Hagee is going to look on the inside for the second part of the chicane. And this is where the end of the race is going to be decided. Side by side, they make a bit of contact. Off the track goes Shiny, and they're 3 wide to the line. Fred has done it. But he's got the penalties. He got penalties just at the end there. And so Hagee is your race winner. What a fantastic race. That was brilliant. So Hagee wins. Shiny second. Fred third, Tribe fourth. Good recovery from him there. Joe fifth, Carbon sixth. It all went wrong for him after that contact earlier. Rotary seventh, Orma eighth, Roland ninth, Sokio 10th, Ben 11th. We didn't even get to see him in the race. Well, we did see him. I only knew him as a yellow car. As you can see, Fred's 1 second penalty has cost him victory there. He was ahead by a couple of hundredths of a second on the line, but eventually it went to Hagee. My God. I can't believe that was a great race. That was brilliant. I'm very much looking forward to this, I must say. Right then. So, I think we're in for our second practice of the day. For the second race. Man, that was good. That was a good race. Right then, I assume we're just going to wait for the second one now. At least I think so. Hagee is saying to give to Swobbly the win, so he's, I guess, taking responsibility for the contact at the end there. I think he feels it was the fault of himself, which is fair enough. I'll just... Okay, there's a car coming out of the pits. Thank you! Someone's decided to come out. Right, well, let's try and work out who that was. I don't know who it was. It was, Y-Bear. There he is. On track. It looks like Shiny Swobbly is actually alright with losing that win, actually. I guess he just says it's racing. So, you know what, fair play. There's good respect between the drivers there. That's good. Because that race was brilliant. You'd hate to see them start fighting after that. But Carbon in the chat, he wasn't particularly happy with that race, I guess. He was saying, damn it. John, who we saw started on pole last time, says he couldn't take the understeer out of his car. And, still, it was quite fun to watch. And, Dredgin, hope I'm saying your name right there, saying that his boy Tri was in fourth, so he was happy there. Fred saying that should have been his win. Well, I don't even know why I got the penalty. I'm guessing we passed him the yellows. Do you get penalties for that, I guess? I'm sure if there's any stewards that look at it, but oh, I don't know. I don't even know. Fred says he'll take it as a win. The highlights of the sprint race. I can't really give a highlights for the sprint race. I don't want to, chicken out or anything, but genuinely, the whole race was the highlight. Because the leading fight, it took a couple laps to get into a proper fight, but eventually at like lap 4, it became just a ridiculous fight. It just didn't end. It never ended. Even at the line, the top 3 were separated by about a tenth of a second. It was 3 wide, you know, to the line. So genuinely, I don't know if I can really give a highlight. So all I can say is that Hagee won. You could argue that maybe he didn't deserve it. You could argue maybe it was Shiny Swoggle who deserved it. Fred was the one who crossed the line first in the end. And if you want to see how they got there, genuinely, I think you'd have to watch the whole of that first race. It was just unbelievable. It was ridiculous. I have never seen anything like it on a racing game before. Because, like I say, I did a lot of my commentaries on F1. I still do that. And I'm looking to start doing it more here because, well, of that racing was brilliant. I'm loving it. I can't wait to watch the second race. 18 laps, mandatory pit stop, of course, for the second one. So I'm very much looking forward to see how that one works. But if we can get a race anything like that last one for 18 laps, I'd be loving it. I can't wait. But anyway, race is about to start, says Brandon. So I guess we just wait on that one. These guys having a bit of a tussle. Guess they're still loving their racing. Oh man, that was so good. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed that one in the chat, and to all the racers in there, hope you all had fun. But we've got an 18 lap race coming up then next. This one should last about 40 minutes, we think. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that one pans out. Like I say, if it's anything like that first one, then we're going to have a cracking race again. So I'm very much looking forward to it. What I do need to do is get the hang of getting replays sorted, as Joe is a bit lost, as you may have noticed, and so is Orama. Now I need to get replays sorted because what I kept doing, I keep hitting Z or Z if you're American. I know there is one American, John, who's in the chat. You say Z, so just to help you all out there. I keep hitting Z and then X. I need to be hitting Z then V probably. That gives you a way longer replay because I missed a lot on replays there. So don't worry, I'll get that sorted in the second race. I'll have it better. I also need to swig my Coke because I did just spend the whole time talking now. Cinnamon Coke isn't as good as you'd think it is, but I've got it now, so I've got to drink it. But oh well. Well, it's nice-ish, but I don't know. I expected more. And again, this is a drink. Alright, anyway. I got it free, like, I don't care. But anyway, we've got people saying R. Getting ready. We've got a couple people saying to wait a while, so we may have to ramble on a little bit more. Because no one's even trying on it. Look at it, everyone's on the track or chatting or something. It's not my first time commentating in general. I mean, I've been commentating on F1 games for like nearly 2 years now, but it is my first time commentating on this league. I've done 4 or 5 other GT Sport commentaries with ILR, but yeah, I'm starting to do more GT Sport ones now because as good as F1 games are these days, I mean, they aren't amazing, but they'll do. I mean, I don't know. I like GT Sport more as a game for some reason, and I'm loving it. I mean, this first commentary, like I said, I did just there now, was brilliant. I never thought I could see that in a race. That was brilliant. Like a leading fight the whole way through. You never see that on the F1 games. You just never. So yeah, it's my first time here. First time doing a full-time GT Sport commentary lineup. So I'm looking forward to the next race and the rest of the season. Because if it's anything like that one, then it's gonna be a cracking season. I'm kind of sad I missed the first race now. But oh well. Like I say, the only thing I sort of have to get sorted is maybe a few of the camera angles and a few of the replays, and after that I'm sorted, having a good time. Right, we've got a bit of a donut show going on here. Well, I say donuts, that was just a slide, but I think he tried. Let's ride on board, see if he's going to do any donuts. You going to do a donut? Listen, I can't say donuts and then see you not do them. Oh dear. Right, well, finals about to start. I think these guys have just had a crash. Have they just crashed? Yes, they have. Look at that. That's mean. Look at that, that's mean. Right then. This is the final now. The second round of the second round, if that makes sense. Another rolling start. Hagee on pole again. From Shiny, Fred, Tribe, Joe, Carbon, Rotary, oh god, Orma, Roland, Zoki, Ben, Bear, and John. Zokio, not Zoiko. Or is it Zoiko? I don't know. Right, 18 laps. There is one mandatory pit stop, so I guess that'll sort of come about halfway through. It won't be anything too shocking. But, yeah. There it is, your pole sitter. Hagee won the last race. Maybe slightly confused, but oh well, I'm sure he'll take it. Off he goes to start race 2 of the night. And well, as we know from the first race, it may start a bit tame, but once it gets going, you're in for a good race. You can see, Ben, I didn't give you any attention in the last race. I don't think I saw you once, so we're gonna give the start of the race to you. Have a wee look. See how you're getting on. I'll even let everyone see your helmet design. Look at that, it's got Lando Norris's helmet. That's sort of not as original as Walter bit. But anyway, let me just make sure the leading fighters not anything happening now. It's the top 2, look at them, they're way clear. Is Fred in any trouble? We're actually all alright. Joe catching his teammate a little bit, but I think we've all got through that start rather cleanly. Orma though has got a penalty, and Ben is going for a move. Looks like we don't even need an excuse to watch you now. We've got a proper fight going on already in the early stage of the second race. Are we going to see that car appear behind or ahead? It will be ahead, just about. We've got a couple of penalties going on ahead there as well, as Roland tries to fight with Oraman there, side by side, having a very close fight and nearly coming together as wide goes Try off the track. He loses a position there to his teammate. And that's Zokio looking a bit wide there. Does he keep that position? He does. A lot of sliding in the early stages and a lot of penalties in the early stages. A fight for P5 already, as Carbon gets himself up the field, up through to Puon and down the hill. Jeez, these guys aren't letting up, are they? They're just going for it. Outside, which might turn to inside. He's looking all over the road, Tribe, to see if he can find a way through. He hits one of the bollards. Looks to be alright though. Nothing happening there at the moment. Back up to the leaders though. We've got Shiny having a look already. Lots of deja vu here. This time's the other way round. It is Shiny going past into the lead, and that one was much more simple than what we saw happening at the end of last race, as Hagee actually flashes his lights at him as well. Was that an appreciation? Was that an apology for what happened at the end of last race? Of course, those two coming together. That wasn't an apology, that was a love tap. So I guess they're going to keep fighting away. This is what you want to see, of course. As we start lap 2 of 18. It's already getting pretty close. I wonder if Fred is going to find his form again at some point. And behind that fight for P5, not as much happening at the moment, so that means we can properly focus on this fight for Lee. Let's on board with Hagee now. Ride up Eau Rouge and through Radion to the end of the first sector at Lake Com. Fred isn't quite close enough to go for anything right now, so it is just these top 2 going for it again. The fans must be loving this one. It's good that it's not an F1 race, you don't have to worry about any Max Verstappen stuff, but backing off there, Hagee. Didn't fancy going for the move there, because we've seen some people try it and it just does not work up there, seemingly. They can't do anything with it. Further back, looks like we've got side by side there, a Rotary going right round the outside there of Tribe. That looked like a decent move. I wish I'd seen the whole thing. Sorry, I'm just checking my key binds just to make sure I'm on the right camera settings the whole time. So sorry, sort of forgot to tell you about that. But Hagee staying nice and close. Fred too. They're all right up there now. Hagee has a little look on the inside into the chicane, and Shiny was happy enough just to sit there and watch. We're on board though with Fred, because I think he's got a pretty nice view of what's going on here. Shiny knows he's got the straight line speed, so I would have been waiting to go for the move now if I was him, but he went for a little bit of a look a bit earlier. We saw at the end of the last race this exact same situation pretty much. Fred ran into the back of Hagee on that occasion. This time Shiny again gets his good run. But let's see what Fred can do, because we know these two are going to have their differences on the straight line speed. Hagee's strong on the corners, Shiny's strong on the straights, and Fred seemingly all round quicker. I'm not too sure, but we'll see what he does. Hagee sits back and waits, because Shiny really struggles in that last section, and nearly having his first touch of the race already. Fred looking at the back of these two are going to go for it up to turn 1. Fastest lap for Joe at the moment, so he's also looking good. He's in P4, and that was very close to a collision there for Fred. Again, looking for the collision early on in the race. Up towards the top of the hill though we go. We've already got this lead fight becoming potentially a 4-car duel, or that makes no sense. A 4-car battle already. And that looked pretty slight at the hill there for Hagee. Is he going to get any penalties for that? I mean, he lost time, but will he get a penalty? I think he's going to get away with that. I know they do sometimes take a while. He actually goes purple, but yeah, no penalties. He's alright. He has got a bigger problem to worry about. It is Fred all over him right now. Looking at going for the move there. It's got the Apple logo on there. Interesting. Anyway, side by side, round the outside of Rivage. No way through, but into No Name. Is there a way through there? I doubt it, and he's not going to go for it. Fred decides to sit back, and Hagee has a big slide. Was there contact? I'm not too sure, but either way, Fred up into second place then. Got that one done nice and quickly. Just have a little quick look here. Look at that. Yeah, I think he just went on his own there. He went on his own. So, yeah, pretty simple mistake that one, I guess, from Hagee. We'll see if he can recover. He's looking like he's a bit slow, so he's trying to get the tyres possibly back to where he should be. As look at that, Fred already thinks about going for the move. Gotta be careful, you don't want to go for it too early and make any mistakes. Up the hill. Will he finally get his chance? Will he finally get into the lead? Because I genuinely feel if he gets into the lead, he would keep it and lead away. But let's see. We know that Shiny's got some pretty good straight line speed. Let's see if Fred can keep up. That's a good run. He has a good run. It's a bit too late to have to go on the brakes to go for it though. I don't think he'd go for that, and he isn't going to. As Shiny holds on to that lead for now. What about down towards turn 1? This is a much more promising opportunity. We know Fred broke here quite late last lap. Maybe this time he'll do it and go for a move. He will not. Further back though, I imagine Joe might be starting to get a little bit closer to Hagee. He might fancy a move at some point on him, while he's still a little bit vulnerable after the incident a few moments ago. Not much at the moment though. These top 4 staying in formation up the top of the hill, keeping it all nice and clean. Let's just have a little peek back then, just to see if anyone else is close to a fight. We've got a fight for P7 with Roland, Tribe and Bear. Them lot are all getting pretty feisty as well. This could be quite fun. I don't want to cut too long off the lead fight, but this is a 3-car battle! And they've had contact on the straight. That is so dangerous, but they've all got free alright. As Bear takes the lead of that fight, and they're side by side again. Diving on the inside goes Roland, and they're all hitting each other. Tribe tops on all off, and there goes Roland into a spin. And let's just have a look at that whole fight again. Up the hill, look at that. We just missed a side by side contact, but these guys properly went for it. Why Bear got on to the lead of that, but then it was Roland. He just threw it up the inside, unsettles himself and Bear, and then he hit again, and that's contact with Roland onto the grass and spinning off. Bear and Tribe getting away, okay. And now let's go back to the lead fight, because these guys are getting close. Fred has just got by Shiny. But we should see with the straight line speed, again, Shiny could be playing this tactically and having a look at going for it on Fred up here, but that's a big slide. That might cost him. Still a pretty thick middle sector for him. I'd imagine obviously that Fred would be going way quicker, but look at the straight line speed. This is what Shiny's waiting for. As long as he's behind in this section by a decent amount, like say within a second, he should be able to close up. And that's what he's done. Side by side they go. But Fred holds on to that lead. What about into bus stop? I don't think there's anything happening there. But for third place, we've got a good fight. Joe right on the outside of Hagee. And then he's got that one into the second part of the bus stop. But these guys are still going to fight side by side all the way towards turn 1. And it looks like, as well, we've got a lead fight about to take place as well. I don't know what to watch. Shiny's going to stay back for now. Joe has got past. But then again, Hagee on the exit is going to have a go because of the issues that Joe had on the exit curb. He is now behind again. So that means you can watch these two up the hill, through Rouge, up towards Radio on a big slide for Shiny. But a good run nonetheless. Here he goes, on board, trying to pass Fred. He's got a fantastic run on the BMW. He's nearly onto the grass. Great drive from the two of them to stay that close together without making any contact, but up into the lead again as Fred thinks about it. Doesn't quite get it done. Hagee as well holds on to his third place with Swabbly, Shiny Swabbly, stays there, up in the lead. Good driving. Hagee, a big slide. Will Joe fancy a look outside? It doesn't tend to work, this type of move, but we'll see if Joe could be the first one to get it done. He looks pretty good, doesn't he, actually? He's gonna go side by side, but eventually backs off. Back with a leading fight. Fred. Is he close enough? Not quite. Right, let's try and catch up, if we can, with what's happening with the rest of the field. Because we've got Ben and Nokio getting all close. But nothing really worth talking about, I don't think, because we've still got these guys super close at the front. You just can't miss anything with this one. You just have to stick with this one. We'll try and get the rest of the field some cameos throughout, but it feels like it's all happening here at the moment. Well, it is happening here. It's not even like it feels like it is all happening here right now. As you would expect with a fight for the lead. And look at the exit that Fred has just got. He's gone for it and taken the lead. But the straight line speed surely would help Shiny stay ahead. As Hagee as well still fights away for that P3. You can see them going side by side in the background. Fred, is there anywhere to go? Outside, inside? He's going to fly around outside to go back to the inside? He could try that. Let's see if he will. He decides against it. He's maybe thinking of a turn 1 move, but possibly. There's a lot you could try. On to lap 6 we go. Potentially 3 laps away from a pit stop. I guess they'll all pit at the same time. Looks like fuel usage and stuff like that isn't really a factor. Or nor is tyre wear. I guess it's just a mandatory stop. It's just a mandatory stop. Just because why not? Hagee's still ahead of Joe. He's got a penalty. Fred, though, I'm going to want to ride on board with this one. Might even fancy this bumper view, because I want to see how close he gets. Because he's going to get a great run before he overtakes. We'll transition to the other onboard shot once he goes alongside. If he does, Shiny might just have too much straight line speed. I think he's just hit the apex of the straight line speed there, Shiny. And it's way quicker than Fred, even with that brilliant toe which he had. Just wasn't able to make it work. Behind, they look pretty close, those two. Joe and Hagee still going for it. They're falling a bit off this leading fight now. It feels like it's broken up into a 2-car battle for the podium and a 2-car battle for the lead. And they're still going side by side. Hagee ahead, though, of Joe still. You just can't get by this guy. You just can't pass him no matter what he tries. There's no way through. The top two, they keep swapping round. As you can see, Fred in the lead again. They just keep swapping round, these two. But, yeah, we'll see if Shiny can stay close this time. Oh, for God, they're going side by side again. They're doing it again, these two. Look at them, a wheel binding this time. 4/10 penalty, though, for Joe. That's going to hold him up, well, by 4/10. And, yeah, again, just no way through. No matter what he does, he's taking on that penalty now. Would there be a chance of a run? What about at the leading fight? It's 1.4 seconds. Shiny's just lost all pace right now. Gives Fred a bit of time to pull away, while these two still fight away. Look at this on board. Super close. As you can see. There's Hagee in the rear view mirror. Might want to look on board with him, actually. This could be quite fun at the moment. He's looking on the inside. But I think Joe's just going to muscle him out of the way. Oh, he's had a slide. He's had a slide, though. That might cost him. Look how close. It's bumper to bumper stuff right now. Down to turn 1. Hagee on the inside again. Gets himself back to P3. But Joe, he tried the exit, but I think he just drove clean into the back of his rival. He's only got 1/10 of a penalty left. And he's staying this close. That's impressive stuff. That leading fight looks like it's pretty close again. I might want to cut back up to that in a second because that run that Shiny's going to get is going to be insane. But so is the run that Joe's going to get. But first, the leading fight. Shiny goes past into the lead. You can see he's got cleanly ahead. But on the inside, Fred goes again. There's contact. Off onto the rumble strip goes Shiny. Hagee stays ahead of Joe. And there's a bit more contact still as Shiny gets himself back into the lead of this one. That was a little contact, and that's what put Shiny onto the AstroTurf. Lucky I didn't put him into a spin. He's happy that wasn't grass, but look at them, they're still super close, these two. More contact. Look at the back bumper of Shiny's car. It's just been ruined. It's just been absolutely destroyed. Oh dear. The paint job there, once again, not very good. Luckily though, he doesn't have an address on the back of his one like Hagee does, so that wouldn't be hidden. But yeah, these guys are getting proper aggressive, aren't they? I reckon Fred might be a bit surprised he isn't still in the lead, but it's just that straight line speed that we see in that Nissan GTR that is just giving Shiny that advantage. What I watch, these guys are still going for it. Hagee, another penalty for Joe. Maybe he just hasn't got rid of the previous one. Fred, again, on board. Let's go. Let's see what you've got this time. And his BMW M6. These are two cars then. They're very different, but at the same time, very similar on pace. It's a great matchup. And side by side, here we go again, people. Is he going to switch it to the inside this time, Fred? Or is he going to do the same old fly around the outside and go to the inside? They're both pitting. I was wondering if Fred thought about setting up, but then they're both pitted. So Joe leads. Joe is taking that position off Hagee. Will Hagee come back? Because this is going to get proper feisty now. They're now fighting for the lead of the race, and they're going to have to hope now either Fred and Shiny get a bit held up, because this could still be their fight for the lead eventually. We just don't know. Eventually, we see Hagee fall off and just sit in the slipstream of Joe up through Eau Rouge and Radio. We will see that Shiny is ahead of Fred, but behind Dynamic Carbon. We'll see where exactly they are in a moment, but this is the fight for the lead that we're looking at right now. Hagee versus Joe. Still to make their mandatory stop, of course, but look at that late on the brakes. Goes Joe. That is so close to contact. There is a little tap, and that was good racing. Good stuff from those two. Let's just have a little replay of that one if it's going to load up quickly enough. I've done it again. We'll try that again. There we go. That's the ticket. I think Hagee's just lost the lead again. They're still side by side, these two. Alright, well that's what I was trying to look into. All that wheel stuff. But we've still got more of it. It's not over yet, as it turns out. Hagee's still in the lead. They're 5 seconds ahead of Carbon right now, so I guess they can afford to fight a little bit, but looks like yeah, Shiny, Swobbly and Fred are still pretty close to each other and not too far away from that fight as well. I mean, you can see them just ahead. So I guess you don't lose much in a pit stop. I guess it pretty much is effectively a drive-through penalty because you're not going to take any new tyres, are you? Well, you will actually, but you're not going to take any fuel on. That's what I mean. It's just pretty much just a drive-through to pit lane. That's all it is. Here we go again then. Hagee versus Joe. Look at the run that Joe's got. This could well be a race into the pit lane as well. These guys might well think about taking that pit stop. And it feels like Joe went for the wider line there to think about going for the move, but Hagee, super defensive on the inside. He looks to be going for the pit lane, I reckon. I'm going to see him switch to the left on our screen as Joe stays out. Right, let's catch up with Shiny and Fred, because we know these two are just going to keep going for it all day long if they wanted. They'll both probably pass Hagee by quite a bit at this rate, but we'll see. Towards turn 1, I want to be on board with this one. Because these guys are now going to have to try and pass Carbon. Hagee is there. There he is. Not too far behind, actually. Joe, obviously at the top of the hill. Let's ride off board again. Oh, that's a big save there for Swobbly. Surely he's going to lose that position though now. to Fred. It's not even what's up on. 1.5 seconds of penalties for it as well. Will he get away at the top of the hill without losing the position? He will indeed. Let's just see that. Look at that. That's how much he lost. That's where he gets the penalty for. Unfortunately, that's as far back as the replay is going to go. But yeah, he's got a 1.5 second penalty for it. He's already taken a 10th off of it. But look at how difficult this is going to be. From the start ahead as Fred flies up the inside. And he's got that done. He's actually got it done. So up into the lead. Net lead. We'll watch it from the off-board cameras this time. Go a bit original. No, we won't. We'll watch it on board. Because that was never going to work from there. And you can see there that Swobbly just didn't really have anything to go off there. And now, on the back of Dynamic Carbon. That's a slide. Has he been hit? Didn't quite see it. Well, I didn't get a great angle of it, but I wonder if he was hit there. As Fred flies around the outside. He's got the position anyway. These two in the BMW M6 fighting away. Shiny's only taken off 0.3 of a second on his penalty, and he's also now got a car between himself and his rival Fred. He should get by Carbon. It's the same car as Fred, so they should both be pretty slow in a straight line. But no, it's only Fred. Fred's the only one that has really bad straight line speed, which is interesting there. So he must have a radically different setup to the rest of the field then. We're going to say pissed off a Carbon. We are indeed. Joe, I think, is set out though. He's on to lap 10 now, so he's now done over half the race without a pit stop. Okay. You know, like people who are different, I guess. And that penalty is now gone, isn't it? For Swobbly as well, so I'm not pointing out. It's not going to be a very big penalty anymore, and he may well still have a chance of going for the move up the hill. On board with a Nissan driver. But like I say, we're now past the halfway point, and these guys have been the main fight the whole time. Look how much he's having to put the opposite lock on up the hill, Shiny. But it's not going to really change how this is going to go. On the inside line, easy as you like. Into the lead again he goes, and that penalty will be removed eventually. It has to go at some point. I mean, Hagee hasn't quite got the pace to stay with us, I don't think. But Fred looks at the move again. Here we go, inside of Ravage. Penalty now fully gone for Shiny, but so is that net lead. He's going to have to get that back again from Fred. Made the move when he could, so fair enough to him. But it is just that straight line speed of Shiny. It's really, it's what's really helping him right now. It is an interesting strategy call, or from the setup call really. That's Joe, has he made a mistake, or has he still just got that penalty from ages ago? It's 0.0 seconds like, so but he's lost a second on this lap, so I wonder if he's made a mistake on this very lap, because he's lost loads of time. Interesting. Let's see if Shiny can get himself back up into the lead again. This is Hagee. Wrong car. Right then, Fred up ahead. Shiny with that straight line speed. I don't think he's going to quite get into the bus stop chicane. He might just well wait until they get to the top of the hill. That looks like Joe's pitting. He is pitting. So that means Fred will retake the lead of this race from Shiny. Fastest lap of the race goes to Fred, but on the inside, going for the lead of the race is Shiny. There he goes. This could get quite feisty up the hill. There you can see Joe's coming out behind Hagee. But here's these two. Now they haven't gone side by side up the hill yet. I think they might be about to for the first time in this race. They try it side by side up the hill. Big slide again for Shiny. He might get another 1.5 second penalty. It may just be 1 second this time. Wasn't as big a cut as last time. Only half a second. He might well think he's got away with that one quite well. He's in the lead. Fred has to sit back again in P2. But look at them. These guys are so close still. They've been at this the whole race. Like I say, this is good stuff. But unfortunately, no one can really catch up to it. Now I'm noticing that, oh, Fred, inside again, Rivage. That just appears to be his overtaken spot. I guess he's probably going to be planning lap 18 to be going for that move again. I guess he wouldn't be too upset to be doing that then, because he can't hold it until Lake Calm. He knows he can. So that's where his strength is over Shiny. Also, Shiny has his penalties. That is another thing that Fred isn't really getting too much of in this race. But, yeah, I'm noticing, by the way, that Bear is ahead of Carbon. So with all that sort of getting mixed up with the leaders, that's how much it's lost him. It's lost him 4 seconds to Bear. And I thought he was ahead. Maybe not. No, he must have been. I'm sure he was. Because obviously Bear was having that fight earlier on with, or was it Zokir? I don't know, actually. I don't remember. Either way, Carbon 6th and Bear 5th. Just an observation. Right then. 3/10 of that penalty still remaining for Shiny. But 3/10 is also the gap to the leader. Let's see if he can make it work up towards the bus stop. He's not going to have the inside line if he wants it, but he's not going to go for it. As Fred has a bit of a slide, as does Swabble. He's going for the exit there, Shiny, and he's not quite going to get the move done, I don't think, as a result of the slide. I don't think that's going to really ruin his day, though. He may still actually go for it. Is he going to go on the outside? He is indeed. And he's going to cut back to the inside. Here we go again, people. Up towards Eau Rouge. That's a much more risky move than the last one he tried. I wonder if he's going to just back off this time on that. He doesn't want to get another load of penalties this lap, thanks to this complex set of corners. It's flat out in an F1 car, but not in one of these. Unless you want to have an accident, you may have to do a little lift, but it doesn't really matter anyway. He's got that move done again. But as we already know, the party piece that Fred's got, he's got it down to Rivage. He can make that move working today. He's the only one I've seen really who can probably do it. Ben is DNF, he's left, he says goodbye, I don't want to watch this anymore. This is a bit mean, if I was him I'd be staying eyes glued, because look at this, the leading fight again, side by side, as you can see, ahead again. So that's what we've got, that's the formula that these guys are working on at the moment. I mean, it's helping them, I guess, to pull away from Hagee, although thinking about that actually, is Hagee closer? He's not. Maybe it's just our camera angle made it look a little bit closer than it was. It's the factory. He's blaming the factory as Ben. Well, at least he's still here. He's got his eyes glued, I'd imagine, to the screen because we've got this fascinating fight for the lead at the moment. It's been going through the whole race. These two have just been at it. They've just been absolutely at it the whole race. Let's have a bit of bumper on board. We like a bit of bumper on board. And it'll give you a better example of just how quick he is in a straight line. Look at that at the top left of the screen. I'm literally pointing at it. You can't even see, but I'm pointing at it. The top left of the screen. You see how quickly that gap's going down? And you can see how big that BMW is getting. As if it wasn't big enough already. But he's not as close as he's been on previous laps. So let's say that's been like a 10th off. You know, on previous laps, and this is only 3/10. It's shocking, I know. But he has just got that straight line speed. This would be fun to watch up the hill, I'd imagine. They're getting a bit more aggressive up through Eau Rouge now, you see. So, it's got all the ingredients of an airplane accident, honestly. I want to see, can they actually go full throttle through here, you know, flat out? And well, he can't because he's going to have to hold back. They probably can't quite go flat out. They'd lose about 10 Ks up there. So it's not fully flat out. But this is flat out up towards Lake Calm. Here goes Shiny. There's that straight line speed that we were talking about. It's putting him ahead again. But let's just hop on board with Fred. Let's see if he's going to be able to pull his Rivage trick again. Will Shiny finally defend this one? Because I feel if he does, he may actually well, he'll keep leading. He is going to defend it this time. Fred, no way through on the inside of Rivage. He'll still try on the outside though. Try and get a switchback on the exit and try into no name. But this time, Shiny has the intelligence to stay in the lead this time. He saw what was going to happen and defended against it. this is interesting. Fred is going to have to try something different, and he's going to do that. Here we go, side by side through Puon, and that is so close to contact. That could have ended in tears, but no way through. And I think Fred knows he's got to get through. He's surely going to have to put one up the inside into the next corner, or else Shiny is going to pull away on the straight. He has to, but he doesn't go for it. Will he be able to hold on? Will he be able to hold on? I just feel that Shiny's straight line speed is going to have him way clear. The extra grip in the corners for Fred just isn't quite enough. Not on this particular section of track. Him in the toe against Shiny would only keep him just about up to date with his speed. It's 250 kph at the moment. It's also 250 km actually as well. That's what I'm saying. Slipstream keeps them at the same speed, Fred and Shiny. Normally it's about a 10 to 15 to 20k difference. And there goes my controller. Hopefully you can still hear me. I assume you can probably still hear me, but I'm just going to turn the controller on anyway just to be safe. I never actually done a commentary with the controller off. I don't know if it would work or not, so I'm not willing to find out. Although you could have just told me, but oh well. Oh well. We'll know for next time. Because if I could do it with a controller, then that'd be very useful. It's pretty much a hands-free commentary. I can sit here, hands clasped together, looking forward to watching what's going to happen at the top of the hill, because this is going to be fun. Look at the run, as I say. Fred, more grip in the corners. This would be something interesting to watch. Straight line speed versus outright grip. That's what we've got here at the moment. And Fred looks like he actually has a pretty tasty run. Is he going to throw one up the inside into the chicane? He now knows that there's going to be defence in Rivage, and he's got through, but there's a bit of contact sliding through. Into the lead there goes Fred again. Let's just have a little look at that one. I don't know if there was contact or if it was just a little tap. Let's ride on board with Shiny for that. Was there contact? You could argue with the lag there was a little bit, yeah. Fred in the lead of this one, but Shiny, I think he should know that he should be able to use his straight line speed to get away. Although saying that, Fred has got that gap to nearly a second on lap 14. Still obviously just under 5 laps to go. So this is far from... Oh, he's off! He's gone way off! Fred, he's pushing hard. He knows he's got to try and get some form of gap. 5 laps. He knows he'll be under Fred again. But, yeah, Shiny staying with him thanks to that mistake through Puon. He just went clean off the track. And there goes Shiny past again. So, oh, that's off again! Fred pushing hard. He's pushing very hard, but it's not working out for him at all as Shiny pulls away. Just have a look at this again. He's just pushing so hard, he's going off the track like that, and that's just going to cost him more time. It also puts him at risk of getting some penalties. Also means Hagee might catch up with him. Speaking of which, look at this. Got Joe and Hagee, they've been fighting away this whole time. I know I've not been watching it because of what's been going on ahead. I'm sure you can probably understand that. But yeah, these two are getting proper close now. They might well actually have a move up here, but again, I don't know what to watch. Ugh. Can we not do a split screen? Is that not possible? For all the lovely features we've got on this game, I'd love to see a split screen. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Fred probably feels a bit of a missed opportunity so far. He could have pulled that gap out a lot more than he did and spent half that lap off the track. Shiny ahead in this part of the race now. That means we can actually watch Hagee trying to fend there from Joe. He's just hit him to give him some extra speed there. Probably not what he intended. So Hagee stays ahead. But this is where Fred is so strong. This middle sector is where he catches right up to the back. It really is like watching F1. This is the Mercedes, and the shiny swabbly ahead is the Ferrari. Quick on the straights, not particularly good in the corners, while the Mercedes pretty much the opposite. And look at the grip. Look at how much he's got in those corners. Puon is a good opportunity to pass if he can stay on the track this time. Second part of it in particular is a pretty good spot, but he's broke a bit later than he probably wanted to there. Not going to help him get free, I don't think. And again, Shiny doesn't have to worry about having much more of a challenge until the next lap then, of which there would only be 3 to go. These guys Probably could go all day if they wanted to, but time is running out now. Has Fred got any way of getting by on this straight? I don't see any way it could happen, you know? I don't know, I just don't see it happening. It's gonna have to be a corner move at this rate for Fred. It's not gonna happen on the straight line speed. Sorry, I'm having some coke. That sounds weird. Don't take that the wrong way. There goes Joe side by side with Hagee again, but nothing happening with those two. Bear, by the way, has fallen 2 positions. I don't know when that happened, but I know I've kept making a big deal from being in 5th, but he's not there anymore. Let's just have a little look at him. He's 32 seconds off, so I don't know what on. Sorry, 14 seconds off, 30 seconds off the lead. And obviously that means Carbon's back onto 5th, and Rulo is 6th. So Shiny stays ahead again. Fred, I think, is starting to run out of ideas. I don't think he's going to be there. He's not going to get it done. He's 8 tenths behind at the start of this sector. He's now got to get his foot down and really go for it. Because Shiny just has that straight line speed. It has to be a move somewhere like Rivage where Shiny does get a little bit out of shape. He's going to surprise him. He's going to do something that Shiny's not expecting now, like a move at Puon or something, or into even the chicane after Puon, because he's got that gap nice and close. But what does he do with it? Can he find a way through? That's what we need to figure out. Not going to get through on this lap, I don't think. It is tantalisingly close, isn't it? But nothing quite can happen. I'm noticing that he's got a flashing light on the rear of his car. Is that for damage or something? Could that be hindering his straight line speed, possibly? Something. Or maybe he's just taking a bit of inspiration. Maybe he's put the fuel up or something. That could actually be what he's been doing there. Maybe he's going to have enough fuel to go, but he's losing time again. I don't think there's any warning lights on the back. Yeah, there's no warning lights anywhere for Shiny. I don't know what the warning light means, honestly, on Fred. It could just be a rare Wayne issue or something. That could be costing him a little bit of speed. I don't really know. Is that Hagee losing the position? It is indeed. He's going back up the inside and he nearly have contact there. That could have been nasty. But they keep it going. Top 2. Super close again then. 2 to go. This is where it gets critical. Any move made by any of these top 4 is very important because it could be their final moves as Hagee goes side by side and gets past Joe. But up towards Radion, or Eau Rouge and Radion. See, I'm not calling the whole thing Radion, that's how much I'm into calling Radion. And again, Fred is just cripplingly slow on that run up. That the extra speed he can carry through Eau Rouge and Radion helps a 10th, but then that loses again. But now it's gone from 8 tenths on the last lap through to this part to just 5 tenths, and that opens up the opportunity to go for this one into Rivage. I'm sure he'll have a little look. He has to, or at the very least he has to prepare for lap 18, because this could be, I kept saying it, this could be where the move is for lap 18. Not quite at the moment, but I feel that his rate is going to be one there. Honestly, I feel it's his best place to try and pass. There's a bit of contact and a little slide. Fred is not. He's not holding back. But he's got to be careful he doesn't actually have an accident, because if he has an accident, then that would really, really wreck his day. He's just got to keep calm. Joe is still ahead of Hagee. He's now pulling away a little bit there, and that could be a fun thing to watch at the end of the lap, of the final lap, of course. Because I'm not going to cut off this yet. This is not worth cutting off. On board with Fred. The gap is going way up now. And I think it was actually closer on the last lap. He's gonna need some effort to get this win, I think. This is gonna be difficult. I don't know if he's gonna do it. I think Shiny might just have this one. 1 lap to go. It's 7 kilometers till the checkered flag. Which one of these two is gonna come out on top? That gap is over a second now. Fred still has that warning light on the rear of the car. I don't know what that means, if that's holding his pace back or something, but either way, I think Fred might well be out of ideas right now, because he's not going to get any form of reception or anything. Should he have went for that move on the last lap, because it's just not close enough at the moment. 1.5 seconds behind. He'll be thinking about that mistake he made the last time he got in the lead, when he went off at Pouhon, when he went off towards Blanchimont. 1.8 seconds, nearly 2 seconds now. That gap is completely fallen away. Fred is not going to win this race unless something goes wrong, and Hagee is not going to get that podium unless something goes wrong. So that means you can focus on this guy, a race leader. Shiny going down towards Ravage for the last time in this race. Lap 18. He has been super consistent, by the way. Last 3 laps have all been pretty much the same, within, you know, 200ths of each other. He's been super quick, and Fred's gone. Has this damage just crippled him? What's going on? Has he got a puncture or something? Because he's just got no pace at the moment. Is he out of fuel? Well, he's not out of fuel. That's not the case. What is happening to Fred? Because, like I say, I pointed out on this before. Has he got a speed disadvantage? He lost nearly 2 seconds very quickly. He's now obviously 10 behind. I don't know what happened there was concert. I mean, I probably could have went for a replay and had a look, but I didn't really think to do that at the time. Whatever's happened, Fred's race has just completely fallen apart right now. But we'll focus on him in a moment. It does promote Joe and Hagee up a position. Hagee gonna get that podium now, so there we go. The catastrophically wrong thing did happen. And it could still go worse for Fred, but it does mean that this guy has got a perfectly clean run towards the line. And well, he finished second in the first race after arguably being punted off in an unsporting manner by Hagee. But this time, no such issues, as a Shiny Swablu comes to the line. He wins the second race in Spa. Joe, P2. Hagee's going to be P3. Don't quite know how Fred's race went so wrong, but it's P4 for him, with Dynamic Carbon 5th. Here's Roderick coming through to finish in P6. Flashes his lights in celebration of that. Good job, I guess. Y-Bear, so gonna come home in P7. Roland had his spin earlier, but it's still going to come through to finish in P8. Zokyo is going to be in P9. There's Tribe Racing coming home in P10. We've only got one more finish. That'll be John, who's a minute behind. The race might actually be over now. I'm not too sure. Because where is John? We're gonna have to wait a while for him. We've got 5 seconds, so he's not gonna make it to the line. We've got 2 retirements. I don't actually know who they were. I know Ben was one of them. I don't know who the other one was. I can't think. We'll see in a moment. Oh, we just won't see any names. That's useful. So round 1 went to him. Round 2 goes to the man who arguably could have won both of them if it wasn't punched off at the last corner. So good job to Shiny then. Congratulations to all the drivers. Oh, of course it was Orma who left. So good stuff. We got Arrows Racing now being promoted there. Arrows Racing's at Arrow Racing Official on Insta for anyone who's interested. But anyway, thank you all for watching. That is the end of the races. We had obviously our sprint earlier, run very well. 4 or 5 cars in the leading fight all the way through. And certainly if you didn't watch that one, watch it. It was brilliant. And that was won by Hagee. And the second race that we just finished there now was won by... I'm not going to remember his name. A Shiny Swablu. How am I not remembering his name? I'll get all the names more learned throughout the weeks. But that was not too bad. Now that's my first proper commentary on this game. I really enjoyed that. I've got to grips with how you go through replays and all sorts of camera angles. I feel like a proper race director here. This keyboard is powerful. I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. My PlayStation controller is utterly useless now. I might as well just sell it and be done. And yeah, thanks everyone. I really enjoyed that. Hope you all enjoyed the racing. Hope you all enjoyed the commentary. Do let me know if you thought it was any good. Any tips for the streaming, I'd love as well, just in case of it. Just in case I did anything wrong. You never really know if I've done something wrong. But anyway, sorry, I'm rambling now. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you all enjoyed that. And I have no idea where we are next week. I'm not going to pretend I know. I have no idea. But anyway, right, I'm going to lie down. That was brilliant. Link shot, cheers for the views on the stream. As John and Ben and Dragen, still don't know what I'm saying on name, right? And the rest of you, thank you all for watching. I'm rambling now. I've been on right. I've been commentating, and we'll see you next week in Narnia, because I don't know where we are. So anyway, safe travels everyone.